Hello and welcome to another episode, number 82 of the Infobots podcast, and I'm your host, author Frederick Fishman, where today we are sponsored by me. So if you want to see what's going on, go to Infobots.com. It's spelled with two T's. And if you want to support us, go to Patreon.com/Infobots podcast. And please check out our new educational membership website packed with numerous multimedia elements about the animal kingdom. Okay, let's say we get started. Usually I don't talk about politics. You can never agree with anybody, and everybody's got a point of view. And some people are more passionate than others, and there's no reason you should argue with them or try and talk them out of something. They won't do any good, so I just leave it. However, dominating our news here in the U.S. has been the election. It's now been a few days after the election, and I thought I would just give a couple of suggestions and ideas and some facts. I really do care less about politics. It's a waste of time and energy, but let's get going, and I feel compelled to comment. So despite the screams and yelling and conspiracy nonsense about the results for the presidential contest, here are some facts. The mainstream media, as they're called despairingly by some, they are reporting the numbers. They're not making them up. They're just reporting what they found out. Now, how do I know what makes me such a friggin' expert? Well, I worked in broadcast television and radio for 45 years, and I know how they operate and the principles and the techniques they use to report the news. And that's what the mainstream media is doing. They are reporting the news. They're not making this up. The election numbers exist, and mainstream media reports those election numbers, and the numbers show that Joe Biden is ahead in the presidential contest and has been called as the winner by 4 million nationwide votes, more than Donald Trump. And Biden has more than 290 electoral votes now, with wins in Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Nevada. Needed to win is 270. Biden has 290. So he's the winner. Capiche? Electoral votes from the individual states will be voted on by the Electoral College on December the 14th, reported to Congress the first week in January. Biden inauguration will be on January the 20th. As far as the mass pilfering of votes, even Trump's own lawyers say that didn't happen. So you know what? Game over. Facts. Pesky little things. More people voted for Biden than Trump. So Trump loses. The rest is conspiracy nonsense as usual. The current vote count is not my opinion. It is the fact. It's a fact like the speed of light is 186,282 miles per second. Fact. More fact. As of midnight, plus 1 second, on 11/8/20, Biden has 75.3 million votes. That's 50.66% of the vote. Trump has 47.68%, or 70 million votes. But of course, the 50 state election boards are all lying about the results. A mass conspiracy, right? Wrong. Republicans and conspiracy nuts don't like the numbers. Too bad. Those are the cold, hard facts. Trump lost. Plain and simple. Here are some more facts, some more data. Different topic. Coronavirus, COVID-19, as of November the 8th at midnight plus 1 minute for the U.S. 9.95 million cases reported, 238,000 deaths, and still counting. It is out of control, with no national mechanism for dealing with this public health crisis. This is the worst public health crisis since the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic, which killed over 650,000 Americans. There were 500 million people infected worldwide in 1918, 50 million dead. Penicillin was not invented until 10 years later in 1928. Those are facts, not made up. Is coronavirus on the same trajectory? Well, get back to me in 10 years or so, and then we'll have a vaccine, maybe by 2021, and we'll discuss. Those last set of statistics, that is more relevant and important than the crazy 2020 election nonsense you are hearing from random, uninformed conspiracy sources. Well, that's it for me. No more politics on this podcast. Except for one more thing. Joe Biden won the election, and Donald Trump lost it. And no amount of recounting or conspiracy theory or nonsense is going to change this. There, I got it off my chest. By the way, I'm not a Republican, and I'm not a Democrat, or anything else. I'm just trying to get through this mortal coil of life every day, just like everyone else, including you. All right, so I've said my thing. I want to thank you very much for listening to the Infobots podcast, and please support us by going to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Infobots podcast. Join us again for another episode of the Infobots. Take care, and bye-bye.